Before the rise of modern states, the land was a silent wilderness. But beneath the soil of the Malay Peninsula, a secret was buried. 1.8 million years ago, a massive meteorite struck Bukit Bunu. The impact was cataclysmic, forging new rocks in an instant. Yet, among the debris, we found something impossible. Evidence that early humans, Homo erectus, were already here. They didn't just survive, they thrived in the Lenggong Valley. Lenggong Valley is an open-air museum of the human spirit. Here, we found the oldest record of life outside of Africa. At Kota Tampan, we discovered the world's first factories. In 1991, archaeologists entered the Gua Gunung Runta cave. There, they found him. The Perak Man, 11,000 years old. He is the most complete skeleton in Southeast Asia. But his bones told a story deeper than just age. He suffered from a disability that made his arm dysfunctional. In a world of predators, he should not have survived. Yet, he lived into his 40s, a great age for his time. This reveals a community built on organized compassion. They cared for those who could not hunt for themselves. He was buried with honor, surrounded by shells and food. Across the sea in Borneo, another mystery was unfolding. The Niah Caves. A cathedral of stone in the heart of Miri. In 1958, a discovery shook the world of science. The deep skull. 40,000 years of human history. These were the first masters of the tropical rainforest. They used fire not just for heat, but for management. They learned to detoxify the poisonous plants of the jungle. A sophisticated knowledge of chemistry, born of survival. But it is the painted cave that holds the most haunting art. Ancient red drawings of the journey beyond this life. Below the paintings lay the boat of the dead. They believed the soul had to be rowed into the afterlife. A spiritual bridge between the living and the spirit world. As the millennia passed, the world began to notice this land. Ptolemy called it the Golden Chersonese, the Golden Peninsula. It sat perfectly between the two giants of the world, India and China. The monsoon winds became the engines of global trade. Twice a year, the winds shifted, bringing the world to our shores. They brought more than just goods, they brought new ideas. The age of the God Kings was about to begin. In the shadow of Mount Jirai, a great civilization took root. Lenggong Valley. A bustling port city that flourished for 1,000 years. Over 50 stone temples, or kandis, once dotted this landscape. Iron smelting was the heart of their industry. They forged tools that were traded as far as the Roman Empire. This was a center of learning, where Sanskrit was the language of elite. Hindu and Buddhist traditions merged with local Malay beliefs. It was a society of immense wealth and deep spirituality. By the 7th century, a new maritime empire rose to dominate the seas. Sri Vijaya. The masters of the Strait of Malacca. They controlled the flow of spices, cloves, nutmeg, and mace. Every ship that passed had to pay tribute to the Maharaja. They were the guardians of the sea, the link between East and West. The temples of Bujang and the caves of Niah are not just ruins. They are the foundations of the Malaysian soul. A story of survival, trade, and a spirit that has endured for 2 million years. The dawn of time has passed, but the journey of Malaysia is just beginning. The stones of Lenggong and the echoes of Niah tell us one thing: that this land was never a footnote. It was the center of the world's story. But a new wind is blowing. A wind that brings a prince, a new faith, and a golden age. In the next episode, we witness the rise of the great Sultanate of Malacca. Don't miss the journey. Subscribe and turn on notifications to witness the birth of a legend. This is Malaysia. This is our history. We'll see you in episode 2. Please share with those who love to know more about Malaysian history and thanks for watching.